This article here is from the Rolling Stone, but it's actually published by Yahoo News. Rolling Stone no longer lets me look at articles for free, and I'm not subscribing. Not based on the coverage I've seen about Johnny and Marilyn Manson here. But anyway, it's called Marilyn Manson DA Issues Rare Update is Hopeful to Receive Sheriff's File Soon. It's from Corey Grow from September 13th, 2022. And by the way, if Yahoo is just going to print Rolling Stone's articles for everyone to see, I guess thank you, Yahoo. And it begins more than a year and a half since the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department confirmed that it had launched an investigation into Marilyn Manson over allegations of sexual abuse. The LA District Attorney says it hasn't received a filing yet. In an unusual move, George Gascon, the District Attorney for LA County, posted an Instagram reel addressing the investigation into the musician whose real name is Brian Warner. I guess come to think of it, you don't see law enforcement on Instagram so much. The Brian Warner matter is still under investigation by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and has not yet been submitted to our office, Gascon said. Please be assured that we are requesting regular updates on the status of the investigation. The DA is invested in trauma-informed care for all victims of sexual assault, abuse, and intimate partner violence. But let's make sure they're real first. Obviously, let's investigate. Let's find the truth. Of course. But if that truth doesn't come after a certain amount of time, like years and years and years, at a certain point, you got to be like, well, the evidence just isn't there. And then they go on to say how they understand how difficult it is for a victim to come out. That's fine. I understand that. But also, what should be understood, now that these cases are huge in the media, they're becoming more and more common as news, victims should take the lesson that, hey, look what's going on here. These women say they're abused, they come out with no evidence, and it's a hard time for them. So it's hard for me, and I know that, but the best thing to do, go to the doctor, go to the police, and get that evidence, because it's going to be a huge help in the future. That's a lesson they should be teaching people, not just saying it's difficult to come out. There's got to be a solution and suggestion to solving that problem of not having evidence. Or what's the point? Once we have received the case, he continued, it will be carefully evaluated by an experienced prosecutor to determine if it is appropriate to file charges at this time. We are hopeful that the LASD will present the case to us sometime this month, and this was written September 13th, so we're probably looking at news pretty soon about some progression about this case. And they say the Sheriff's Department didn't respond to Rolling Stone. Oh no, because that's where the news should go. Rolling Stone, take it right to the courts. Take it right to the people directly making decisions. Don't go to the media with your opinion about something which doesn't have full facts out yet. In February 2021, the same month that Westworld star Evan Rachel Wood claimed Warner abused her, the LASD told ABC News that its Special Victims Unit was looking into abuse allegations against Warner that occurred between 2009 and 2011. That's over 10 years ago. Since Wood came forward, more than a dozen women have also accused Warner of sexual misconduct with allegations ranging from sexual assault to unlawful imprisonment. And they say several lawsuits are pending and that Warner is filing a countersuit against Wood. He's denied all claims. They also give a recap that Marilyn Manson's house was raided in November 2021. They took USBs, hard drives, devices, and stuff like that. They also note he wasn't home at the time. And it concludes with this. In March, Wood's allegations against Warner were the focus of a two-part HBO docuseries, Phoenix Rising. In interviews, she alleged that Warner threatened her if she were to speak out against him, that he tried to separate her from her family by going to Disneyland with them, and that he essentially R-worded her on camera during a music video shoot, which pretty much the entire set says was her idea. It was part of the video. Everyone can see for themselves. It just doesn't look like that was the case. The Me Too movement did give me a lot of hope, Wood said in an interview on The View about Phoenix Rising. And sexual assault has had its day, and we are speaking about things like grooming and gaslighting. These words were not on our lips just a few years ago. Now I truly believe domestic violence has had its day. Unfortunately, I don't really think there's a full way to solve the problem completely. It seems like it's just going to happen at some point no matter what. The question is how to figure out what happens in truth and how to punish the people that actually committed the crimes. And Yahoo got a few comments. These women claim to be victims, yet no medical records, no police report, no corroborating witnesses to sexual or physical violence. It's basically his word against theirs. Why should their word carry any more weight than his? Because believe all women? Not gonna cut it. Shame on Rolling Stone for reporting in a heavily biased manner against Manson. Yeah, this article wasn't so bad. I've seen worse. This was more of a factual report mostly, but Chris is correct. They're very, very biased. And James says, basically, it feels backwards. It feels like Marilyn Manson has to prove his innocence, not the other way around. The pressure is not to prove the abuse happened. The pressure is on him to prove he's innocent, which doesn't really make sense. It's not really easy to prove a negative. Like the comment here says, just his word against theirs. And they've got some numbers, and that's, I think, the big thing that's convincing people. But I keep saying over and over, the more people that come out, the greater the odds of having evidence are. Not the same no evidence. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. That first heard, Marilyn Manson, entertainment. If you subscribe here, you'll get videos. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. Rant done for now. See you next time. This article here is from the Rolling Stone. It's actually from Google. Yeah, everything's from Google. Take two.